Real-life heroes are often those who don't wear capes, but still manage to make an extraordinary impact on the world. These individuals rise to the occasion in moments of danger or need, risking their lives and making personal sacrifices to help others. Their stories aren't always told in the news, but they leave behind legacies that inspire us all to be better, more courageous people. Some of these heroes live among us, working quietly, while others become legends. Their bravery immortalized in history. One such hero is James Harrison, an Australian man whose blood saved the lives of over 2.4 million babies. His story is truly remarkable. James's blood contained a rare antibody capable of treating rhesus disease, a condition that affects newborns and can be fatal. After undergoing a major surgery at 14 years old that required 13 liters of blood, he promised to donate blood as soon as he was eligible. Over the next 60 years, James donated blood every week, helping to treat countless babies. His dedication and selflessness made him a hero to millions of families, even though he didn't seek fame or recognition. He simply did what was right and made a huge difference in the world. Another hero is Irina Sendler, a Polish social worker who risked her life during World War II to save Jewish children from the horrors of the Holocaust. Working under the Nazi regime, Irina smuggled children out of the Warsaw Ghetto, hiding them in toolboxes, sacks, and even coffins to protect them from the death camps. She kept detailed records of each child, hoping to reunite them with their families after the war. Despite being captured and tortured by the Nazis, she never revealed the names of the children she saved. Irina's courage and determination saved more than 2,500 children, making her one of the most extraordinary heroes of her time. In the world of everyday heroism, there's the story of Wesley Autry, a man who became a hero one day without even thinking about it. In 2007, in the digital age, another form of heroism has emerged. The heroes of the internet, who use their platforms to bring about social change, spread awareness, and mobilize people for important causes. Activists on social media platforms, bloggers who share powerful stories, and individuals who rally support for humanitarian issues have the power to create movements that can change the world. While their work may not always be celebrated in traditional ways, their ability to harness technology for good makes them modern-day heroes. By using their voices to speak out against injustice, they can mobilize people from all over the world to take action. It's also important to recognize the scientific heroes, the doctors, researchers, and medical professionals who dedicate their careers to saving lives and advancing human knowledge. During times of crisis, such as the COVID-19 pandemic, these heroes become even more apparent. Researchers who work tirelessly to find cures for diseases, doctors who risk their own health to treat patients, and scientists who strive to understand and solve complex global challenges are all modern-day heroes. Their commitment to improving lives and pushing the boundaries of knowledge makes them unsung heroes of our time. And their contributions will continue to shape the future for generations to come. As we consider all these different kinds of heroes, we realize that heroism doesn't have a single definition. It isn't limited to a particular profession, an act of violence, or even a moment of public recognition. Heroism is about the choices we make every day. It's about taking action when we see injustice, offering a helping hand to someone who is struggling, and using our talents and skills for the greater good. No act of kindness or bravery is too small to matter. What we can learn from all these real-life heroes is that we all have the potential to be heroes in our own lives. Sometimes it takes an extraordinary moment of crisis for people to step up and show their true courage. But often, it's the small, everyday acts of kindness, compassion, and strength that make the most profound impact. Whether you're standing up for a friend, volunteering your time to help those in need, or simply being there for someone when they need a listening ear, you are making the world a better place. At the end of the day, it's clear that heroism isn't about being perfect. It's about making a decision to act with integrity, compassion, and courage. It's about making a difference, no matter how small or large, in the lives of others. The world needs more heroes. People who choose to stand up for what's right, who take action in the face of adversity, and who work to make the world a better place for future generations. And each of us has the ability to be that hero. So let's ask ourselves, how can we be heroes today? What small actions can we take that will make a big impact on someone else's life? Because heroism isn't just for a select few. It's something that can live within all of us. And when we embrace our own potential for heroism, we can help create a world where kindness, compassion, and courage lead the way. When we talk about real-life heroes, it's easy to think of those who have overcome incredible odds or have accomplished remarkable feats. But true heroism often lies in the quiet resilience of everyday individuals who continue to fight for what's right, even when no one is watching. The strength to carry on, the courage to be vulnerable, and the commitment to helping others in times of need are the pillars that truly define heroism in everyday life. Let's not forget the heroes who teach us the importance of forgiveness. Nelson Mandela, after spending 27 years in prison, emerged as a beacon of peace and unity. Preaching forgiveness over vengeance, he chose to heal a divided nation, to build bridges instead of walls, and to create a future where every citizen, regardless of their race or background, could live in harmony. His message wasn't just about the big moments. It was about the ongoing effort to make life better for everyone around him. True heroes understand that sometimes the greatest strength lies in the ability to forgive and move forward. There are also the unsung heroes in the education system. The teachers who spend countless hours preparing lessons, grading papers, and mentoring students. They don't always get the recognition they deserve, but their impact is felt every day. Whether it's a teacher who helps a struggling student believe in themselves, or one who goes the extra mile to make learning enjoyable, these educators shape the future with their dedication and passion. Education has the power to change lives, and the teachers who dedicate themselves to this cause are heroes in every sense of the word. In the modern world, we also have those who use technology for good. The creators of nonprofit apps, websites, and initiatives that help people in need. The tech innovators who create platforms for global awareness, promote environmental sustainability, or provide free educational resources to underserved communities are heroes in their own right. These individuals leverage their knowledge and skills to create solutions that improve the lives of millions. Their ability to harness the power of innovation to make the world better is nothing short of heroic. Then there are the heroes who fight to protect the environment, working tirelessly to combat climate change, protect wildlife, and preserve natural resources. People like Greta Thunberg, who at a young age stood up to world leaders to demand action on climate change. Her advocacy and courage have inspired millions to join the fight for a more sustainable future. These environmental heroes are making a significant impact in our fight against the climate crisis, ensuring that future generations will have a planet to call home. Their efforts remind us that heroism is also about protecting the Earth and ensuring that we leave it in a better condition for those who come after us. Throughout history and in our modern world, heroism has taken many forms. Whether it's physical courage, emotional resilience, intellectual brilliance, or simply kindness, heroes show us the power of standing up for what is right, even when it's difficult. They teach us that heroism is not just in extraordinary actions, but in the small acts of love, care, and empathy that make life better for others. The truth is, heroism is not something limited to a few remarkable individuals. We all have the potential to be heroes. It doesn't require a grand gesture, and it doesn't need to be recognized by the world. All it takes is the choice to act with love, compassion, and courage. Whether you're helping someone through a tough time, standing up for those who can't speak for themselves, or simply being there for a friend, you are making a difference. Heroism lies in the little things, the moments where we choose kindness over cruelty, action over indifference, and love over hate. We must remember that heroism often starts with one person, one action, one moment of compassion. The ripples of these actions can grow, inspiring others to follow suit and create a wave of positive change. Whether it's through direct action or by leading through example, we all have the ability to leave a legacy of kindness, courage, and hope. The true measure of a hero isn't in their fame, but in the lives they touch and the world they help shape. So, as we move through life, let us remember the real-life heroes who inspire us and ask ourselves, how can I make a difference today? Because heroism isn't reserved for a select few. It's something we can all embrace. And the more of us who choose to step up to make the world a better place, the more heroic our collective impact will be. The world needs heroes more than ever, and each of us has the power to be one. In the face of tragedy, heroes emerge with compassion and resilience. For example, in the aftermath of natural disasters, heroes can be found in the first responders, volunteers, and survivors who work together to rebuild communities and help those affected. These individuals don't just rebuild homes, they rebuild lives. In the most difficult times, heroism can be found in the shared efforts to heal and support one another. Every generation has its heroes, but perhaps the most powerful message we can take from these stories is that heroism isn't something confined to a particular era or place. It's timeless and universal. The capacity for greatness lies within each of us, and the potential for heroism exists in every moment. It's not about waiting for the perfect opportunity. It's about acting when the need arises. Whether that's stepping up for a friend, speaking out against injustice, or simply doing the right thing when it matters most. As we look to the future, we are all called to be heroes in our own ways. Each of us has a unique opportunity to make a difference in the lives of others. Heroism doesn't require fame or wealth. It requires courage, selflessness, and the willingness to act when needed. And even if we don't receive recognition, the change we create can be profound. Every small act, every kind gesture, and every moment of courage can spark a wave of transformation. And in doing so, we can all be real-life heroes. Wesley was waiting for a train in New York when a man collapsed and fell onto the subway tracks. The train was approaching quickly, and there was no time to think. Wesley jumped down to the tracks, risking his own life to shield the man with his body. The train passed just inches above them, and both men survived. Wesley didn't consider himself a hero. He simply acted on instinct, doing what any person would do to save a life. His selfless action proved that heroism doesn't always come with recognition. Sometimes it's just about doing what's right in the moment. Then there's Malala Yousafzai, a young girl who became an international symbol of courage and resilience. At just 15 years old, Malala was shot by the Taliban for advocating girls' education in Pakistan. The attack was meant to silence her, but instead, it amplified her voice. She survived the gunshot wound and continued her mission to promote education for girls around the world. Malala went on to become the youngest recipient of the Nobel Peace Prize, and her story has inspired millions to stand up for what they believe in, no matter the odds. Her bravery at such a young age reminds us that no matter how small we may feel, we can still make a big impact. These heroes show us that bravery comes in all shapes and sizes. Whether it's sacrificing years of your life to donate blood, risking everything to save children, or standing up for what you believe in, real-life heroes are those who show extraordinary courage in ordinary circumstances. The world needs more of these heroes, and the truth is, we all have the potential to be heroes in our own right. It may not be as dramatic as some of the stories we hear, but every act of kindness, every decision to help someone in need adds up to something powerful. Each of us has the capacity for greatness, and sometimes all it takes is one small act to change the world for the better. These real-life stories remind us that there is heroism in everyday life. The actions of these individuals serve as an example of what can happen when someone chooses to step up and make a difference, even when it's hard, dangerous, or unpopular. They teach us that real heroes don't need to be perfect. They just need to have the courage to do what's right. Whether they're saving lives, standing up for justice, or simply helping those in need, real-life heroes show us the power of one person to make a difference. In a world where the media often focuses on negativity and conflict, these stories of heroism provide a much-needed reminder of the good that still exists. Heroes like James Harrison, Irina Sendler, Wesley Autry, and Malala Yousafzai show us that we all have the potential to do something meaningful, to change lives for the better. And sometimes, all it takes is one person to start a chain reaction of goodness, kindness, and bravery. If we can all find the courage to act in moments of need, we might just change the world for the better, just like these incredible real-life heroes did. It's easy to feel like heroism is something reserved for the extraordinary, the larger-than-life figures who make headlines. But the truth is, heroism can be found in small, everyday moments. Take, for example, the countless first responders, paramedics, firefighters, police officers, and doctors who rush into danger every day to save lives. These men and women may not be recognized as heroes by the world, but they are often the ones standing between life and death for people in need. They face danger, uncertainty, and trauma on a daily basis, yet they continue to serve with dedication and commitment. Their bravery is an example of how heroism can be found in the most unexpected places. There are also unsung heroes who fight against injustices quietly, working in the background to bring about change. People like Rosa Parks, whose refusal to give up her seat on a segregated bus became a defining moment in the civil rights movement. Or Mahatma Gandhi, who led India's non-violent struggle for independence, inspiring movements around the world. Both of these individuals demonstrated that heroism isn't always about physical bravery. Sometimes it's about having the strength to stand up for what's right, even when the entire world seems to be against you. They prove that heroism can also come in the form of resilience, determination, and sacrifice. There's also the story of Nadia Murad, who became a voice for the Yazidi women enslaved by ISIS. Nadia was captured, tortured, and sold into sexual slavery, but she didn't let her suffering silence her. Instead, she became an advocate for the women who were still suffering, sharing her story with the world to bring awareness to the atrocities happening. She eventually received the Nobel Peace Prize for her activism, demonstrating the power of speaking out and fighting for those who can't speak for themselves. Nadia's journey reminds us that sometimes heroism means finding the strength to speak up when silence seems easier. We can also find real-life heroes in people who dedicate their lives to social causes, working to combat poverty, hunger, and inequality. Take Mother Teresa, for example. She spent her life helping the poorest of the poor in Kolkata, India, providing them with food, medical care, and a sense of dignity. Her work was motivated by a deep sense of compassion and love for humanity, and she became an international symbol of selfless giving. Her legacy teaches us that heroism often involves giving of ourselves, our time, our energy, and our resources, to make a difference in the lives of others. Each of these individuals, whether they are famous figures or unsung heroes, shares a common thread. They all chose to make the world a better place through their actions. They chose to put others before themselves, often at great personal cost. And that's what sets heroes apart. They act selflessly, without expectation of reward or recognition. They do what needs to be done, no matter the obstacles in their way. We may not all be able to save millions of lives like James Harrison, or smuggle children out of danger like Irina Sendler, but we all have the ability to act with kindness, courage, and compassion. Heroism isn't limited to those with extraordinary powers or abilities. It's about making a difference in the lives of those around us. It's about showing up when others need help, standing up for what's right, and always choosing to do the right thing, even when it's hard. We live in a world where it can often feel like kindness is in short supply. But if there's one thing that these real-life heroes teach us, it's that small acts of bravery and kindness can have a ripple effect. They can inspire others to act, and together we can create a world filled with more compassion, understanding, and courage. The greatest heroes don't always wear capes or make headlines. They are the ones who quietly make the world a better place, one act of kindness at a time. So, what can we do to become heroes in our own lives? It could be as simple as offering a helping hand to someone in need, standing up for a friend who is being bullied, or helping someone through a difficult time. It could be as grand as dedicating our lives to helping others, fighting for justice, or making a difference in our communities. Heroism doesn't require superhuman strength or powers. It requires a willingness to act with love, courage, and compassion. As we reflect on the stories of these incredible real-life heroes, we are reminded that each of us has the potential to be a hero in our own right. It doesn't matter if our acts of heroism are big or small. What matters is the difference we make in the lives of others. So, the next time you have the opportunity to act with kindness, bravery, or compassion, remember that you too can be a hero. Real-life heroes don't always make headlines, and their stories aren't always shared in the media. Yet their actions are no less significant. Heroes can be found in ordinary people doing extraordinary things. These are the quiet acts of bravery, the moments when someone steps up for others without expecting recognition or reward. Whether it's a teacher who goes the extra mile to make sure their students succeed, a nurse who stays extra hours to care for patients, or a neighbor who helps someone in need, these acts of heroism often go unnoticed by the wider world. But to those they impact, these moments are nothing short of life-changing. Consider Gabrielle Giffords, a former U.S. Congresswoman who was shot in 2011 during a public event. Despite the trauma she endured from the attack, Gabrielle never gave up. She spent years recovering from the physical and emotional scars, learning to walk and speak again. Throughout her journey, Gabrielle became an advocate for gun control and public safety, using her platform to speak out for change. Her resilience in the face of adversity showed that true heroism is about more than overcoming physical pain. It's about transforming personal tragedy into a force for positive change. In the world of sports, we often hear of athletes who overcome physical limitations to achieve greatness. But some athletes go even further by using their fame and platform to make a difference. Take Muhammad Ali, the legendary boxer who not only changed the world with his athleticism, but also with his activism. He used his career to fight against injustice, taking a stand against racism, inequality, and the Vietnam War. Ali's courage extended beyond the boxing ring. He was willing to sacrifice his career and reputation for what he believed in. His legacy is a reminder that heroism is often about fighting for what's right, even if it means going against the grain. Another inspiring figure is Fred Rogers, better known as Mr. Rogers, who touched the hearts of millions with his kindness and compassion. Through his television program, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, he encouraged children to embrace their feelings, to be kind to others, and to always be themselves. Mr. Rogers used his platform not to entertain, but to teach the importance of empathy and understanding. His simple yet profound messages reminded us that kindness and love are powerful tools for creating change in the world. While these stories are all remarkable, they also raise an important question. What does it mean to be a hero in today's world? In a time when the world is often divided by conflict, fear, and uncertainty, real-life heroes remind us of the power of unity, compassion, and understanding. They show us that no matter how small or large the act, we all have the ability to make a difference. Whether it's speaking out against injustice, standing up for the vulnerable, or simply offering a helping hand, heroism is about choice. The choice to do what's right, even when it's difficult or unpopular. In a society that often values fame, wealth, and status, we must not forget the true heroes who live among us, often in silence. These are the people who might not receive medals or accolades, but whose impact resonates through the lives they touch. They may not have the spotlight, but their actions shape the world in ways that are more meaningful than any public recognition could ever provide. True heroism isn't about seeking praise. It's about the willingness to put others first and do what needs to be done. For every famous hero we celebrate, there are countless others whose stories remain untold. The single mother working 2 jobs to provide for her family, the teacher who helps a struggling student find their confidence, the volunteer who spends their weekends helping those less fortunate. All of these are real-life heroes whose actions matter deeply. We might not always hear about them, but they make a difference every single day. In the end, it's clear that heroism is not just about big dramatic gestures. It's about living a life of integrity, compassion, and service to others. It's about making a choice to be better, to help when needed, and to stand for what's right. Heroism is something that lives within each of us, waiting to be unlocked when the world needs it most. So the next time you find yourself faced with a challenge, or when you see someone in need, remember that heroism isn't reserved for the famous or the extraordinary. We all have the power to make a difference. And sometimes, the most heroic thing we can do is simply to act with kindness, compassion, and courage. As we reflect on the stories of real-life heroes, it becomes clear that heroism isn't just about dramatic moments or large-scale acts of bravery. Sometimes the most powerful heroes are those who don't seek the spotlight and work quietly in the background. These are the everyday heroes whose work often goes unnoticed, yet their contributions have a lasting impact. Think about the workers who ensure that our cities run smoothly, the sanitation workers who keep our streets clean, the delivery drivers who ensure essential goods reach us, or the farmers who feed entire communities. These individuals play crucial roles in our lives, yet their hard work often goes unrecognized. Their quiet dedication to their tasks is no less heroic than the actions of someone saving lives in a dramatic situation. Another aspect of heroism that deserves recognition is the power of mentors and guides, people who help others reach their full potential, whether through education, career advice, or emotional support. Many of the world's most successful individuals owe a part of their achievements to mentors who believed in them, encouraged them, and pushed them to overcome obstacles. These mentors may not make the headlines, but they are heroes in their own right. Their ability to uplift others and help them grow makes them a vital part of our communities. They may not perform grand acts of bravery, but they shape the future through their guidance and wisdom. It's also important to acknowledge the heroes who make their mark in difficult and dangerous professions. Firefighters, for instance, are often among the first to respond to emergencies, rushing into burning buildings and putting their lives on the line to save others. Their actions are a true display of selflessness as they risk their own safety to protect the lives of others. Police officers, too, serve on the front lines, keeping communities safe despite the constant threat of danger. These everyday heroes work tirelessly to protect and serve, And while they may not always receive the recognition they deserve, their bravery and dedication are nothing short of heroic. Then, there are the silent heroes who combat societal issues like homelessness, mental health, and addiction. These heroes are often social workers, community organizers, or individuals who dedicate their lives to helping those who are often overlooked by society. They work in the trenches, providing critical services to the most vulnerable people. Their efforts to raise awareness and provide support can change lives. Yet they often go unnoticed by the general public. Their dedication to improving the lives of others speaks to the heart of true heroism. It's about lifting people up and giving them a chance to rebuild their lives.